that you're going to have a real difficult time competing against. Just think about that. So what happens when the competition gets tougher or the marketplace gets tougher? Will you have the skills that you need to dominate? So I'm going to ask a couple questions here. We're going to change things up. We're going to move things around a little bit. In the past, write this down, I wanted you to do a 5-5-10, right? You sick and tired of hearing me say 5-5-10, do a 5-5-10, 5-5-10? Okay, well, I'm going to change that up a little bit. 5 previews, 5 expireds, and door knock 10 houses around it. That's what you should be doing, okay? 5-5-10. So I'm going to change that a little bit. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions to kind of set this up a little bit. In the last 18 to 24 months, have the prices in most of our areas gone up or gone down? Most of them have gone up, right? Most of our price ranges in most of our areas. Okay. And the second question is, do most agents that have sold people a home, do they follow up with the buyers that they sold a home to, generally speaking? No. No. Okay. How do we know that? Because some of you don't follow up with your buyers. Okay? Yes, it's true, Bill. It's true. Not all of them, just a few. Okay? So I'm going to throw a thought out at you. First of all, do you go and adopt the buyers that bought your listings last year and make them yours? So if you had 10 listings, maybe 5 of them you sold yourself, and 5 of them were sold by co-op brokers. The question is, did you adopt those people as your clients? And in most cases of the people I coach, and I coach some pretty high-producing agents, half of them did not. The other half did somewhat. One did a really good job. Okay? So think about what I'm going to say to you. So if the houses went up in value, what if you just went to your past clients, if you went to those clients that bought your listings, those 5 or 8 or 10 or 15 or 20 or 30, and you knocked on their door, you physically ran a CMA, and then went over and knocked on their door, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, Neil Schwartz, I was on the listing side of the transaction, and I just wanted to come by and I wanted to congratulate you. I don't know if you knew this or not, but your home, since when you bought it and you paid $280,000 till today, here's the comps, is now worth $380,000. Congratulations on the purchase of this property. Are they going to like you or hate you? Come on. They're going to love you. What a great conversation this is to have. Wow. The thing I bought that I was so afraid of buying a year ago, I bought property a year ago. It was scary, a year and a half ago. I bought property through this whole thing, and it was very scary at some times. What the heck am I doing? Okay? And I thought I did okay. I thought I made the right prices. I thought it was all right. But you get a little bit worried along the way. So last weekend, my wife and I went and reviewed all of our properties. We're happy. Everything, bar none, went up in value. Everything went up. Wow, good job. Now, some of it, not a lot, and some of it, a good amount. But those buyers are going to be pretty excited about that. The layman's, I have a theory on this. I have nothing to back it up. This is just 40 years experience as a guesstimate. The people who bought in the last 18 to 24 months, whose properties are worth more today than they were yesterday, are more likely to sell in the next 24 months than anyone else in that neighborhood. That's what I think. I don't know. And if I'm wrong, sue me. Just think of how many people you're going to go talk to that might be in that situation. So I'm going to go one step further with this thought. In any neighborhood, so let's back up. Everyone, you get this, everyone that bought that was a buyer on your listing, you need to go adopt them. Got it? Just do that this week. Just do it. Okay? The second thing is, in every single city, in every neighborhood, this same rule applies. So in San Dimas, in Covina, in Walnut, in Diamond Bar, the properties probably all went up in value. Somebody else sold the house. You weren't involved in the transaction, but the house went up in value or down in value? Up. What if you ran a CMA on every closed transaction on every one of these houses just north of us here? Okay? There's 100 houses, 100 closings in the area you could walk. And what if you went and knocked on every closed door and said, congratulations on you buying your house. You bought it to public record. You know when you bought it, right? You look at the public records. You can tell what it's sold for, right? Everybody with me? And you run a really simple, quick, and dirty CMA on the property. And you go congratulate them on the purchase of the property. And then you go into the hot market script. And we know when that starts to happen, 5 or 6 other houses are going to sell pretty quickly. So I was curious, when do you folks plan on moving? Now, we've been doing this for about 2 or 3 weeks with some of the people that I'm coaching with. And right now, we have 4 listings of people who, when they went and knocked on the door, said, yeah, you know, as a matter of fact, my wife and I were talking about, or my husband and I were talking about. 4 listings in the last 5 weeks from this concept of just either going and adopting the buyer on your listing or door knocking this. You want some listings, ladies and gentlemen? Yes. Do you want some listings?
Yes.
Good. Let's go out and take action on this activity. So I wrote down here, so what we're going to do now is we're going to modify the 5-5-10, and we're now going to do the 5-5-5-7. Just write it down. 5-5-5-7. 5 previews. You still must know what's going on in the market and what the values are. 5 old expireds. Great source of business. 5 now closed transactions, and we're doing this all in the same neighborhood. I mean, can you imagine on one street of 100 houses, there could be 15 of these. Every other door you knock on could be one of these 3. A preview, an expired, or a closed transaction in the last 24 months, and then door knock, 7 around it. 5-5-5-7. And then just do that for the rest of the year. And then next January 2nd, let's sit down and talk about the results. Think about that. I've either completely lost you, or you really want me to get done so you can go out and do some door knocking. Which is it? The doors, right? Say yes. Yeah. Your noses are growing. So, 5-5-5-7 is the focus. 5-5-5-7 is what you need to be working on for the balance of this year. That's how you're going to differentiate yourself. Now, you're going to have to work. Now, you're going to have to door knock. Yes, you're going to wear out some shoes. I think you should go to the door. Some of you are going to do this over the phone. Think about this. Those of you that do it over the phone might talk to more people, but there's no bigger impact than handing someone a CMA and circling the number that says they made $40,000 or $80,000 or $125,000. You can't do that over the phone. You guys with me? There's no bigger impact than that. And that's what we're selling here. We're selling action. We're selling activity. We're selling a differentiation. You want to be great? You want to be an average real estate agent? Do average stuff. You want to be a great real estate agent? Get off your tushes and go talk to these people on a 5-5-5-7. And you will have the best week you've ever had. Thank you very much.